Looking out at this desert valley, it may be hard to believe that any history occurred here. But before airplanes, superhighways, and even trains, this valley was home to the first form of transcontinental transportation, the stagecoach.
Well, I come from Alabama with my banjo on my knee, and I've gone to Louisiana my true love for to see. When it rained all night the day I left the weather.
Highway S-2 begins in the western Imperial County community of Ocotillo and ends near Warner Springs in San Diego County. It follows a long, gently sloping valley that provided the perfect passage across the coastal mountains of California. After the Mexican-American War ended in 1848, the United States took control of the Southwest territories that now make up California, New Mexico, and Arizona. This opened up a new southern route to California that avoided the snowbound high mountain passes of the Rockies and Sierra Nevada. Originally called the Southern Immigrant Trail, it was the route of choice for most of the miners that came during the Gold Rush of 1849. For the first several miles down S-2, the old trail runs to the northeast, on the other side of the Coyote Mountains and through the Carrizo Badlands. 20 miles down the road, S-2 meets the historic trail, now called the Great Overland Stage Route of 1849. There were many dangers along the road. While Hollywood-like bandits were a danger, the biggest hazards were lack of water, heat exhaustion, and the breakdown of a horse or coach. Just east of S-2, the old trail looks much like it might have in 1857, when James Birch was awarded the contract to build the first coast-to-coast stage line, the San Antonio and San Diego Mail Line. Birch built a series of stations, each about 10 miles apart, like the Vallecito or Little Valley station. Coaches ran 24 hours a day, stopping briefly to change horses and sometimes drivers. Passengers were offered few amenities except poor food and water. They traveled station to station, day and night, for 25 days until reaching their destination. We changed horses every 10 miles all day long and fairly flew over the hard level road. We jumped out and stretched our legs every time the coach stopped, and so the night found us vivacious and unfatigued. 38 miles down the road from Ocotillo lies Box Canyon. In 1847, 10 years before the first stage, the Mormon Battalion used hand tools to carve the first wagon passage through the valley. Commissioned by President Polk to fortify and defend the West, the battalion unloaded their wagons and pulled them through with ropes and mules. 47 miles down the road at Scissors Crossing, S-2 makes a sharp right and then a sharp left as it crosses California 78 and continues northwest. Here, the surrounding countryside begins a gradual transition from desert to chaparral to mountain forest. Snow-capped mountains topped by the 5,000-foot Vulcan Mountain lie west of the road and play host to pine forests. The road reaches its highest point at the old stagecoach town of San Felipe. The 3,646-foot elevation of the Teofulio summit is far less than the passes of the Rockies and the Sierra Nevada. On the other side of the pass, the terrain is more like a Midwestern prairie and may have reminded early travelers of their homelands to the east. Today, a different type of coach travels this road for exactly the same reasons as the early stagecoach. Eventually, more direct routes through the Rockies and Sierra Nevada became more popular, and the old trail was abandoned, leaving S-2 a remote but historic California road.